And I might get them porta walls down while that's draining. We'll take a look down. I went back there and pulled those porta walls down and pulled the 14s down, put them up against those wheels, and these are actually 15-inch wheels. I didn't realize that. So that's good. That means I can put new tires right onto those same wheels. I kind of like those wheels. So I'm gonna go ahead and slap the porta walls on this to see how they look and see how they fit that tire. Because when I put porta walls on this, on these Mickey Thompsons, they don't fit it well. And I think it's because the Mickey Thompsons are kind of rounded. Let's take a look. See these, they kind of don't really fit that well. I can put my finger right down in behind them. They kind of, people call them flappers sometimes, and these are kind of flappers. Of course, it might have to do with that being a 10-inch wide wheel too, but they might fit better on these tires. And I figured out when I was putting those on this, you can pull one of these off, you can let the air out of the tire and kind of pop the bead, slide one on there and pump it back up. Get one to go right on. See, this is the tire. And this would be sort of what she would look like in the white wall. There. And that would actually be a good look. Might lose the hubcap. We were talking about these hubcaps. A lot of people said I ought to get rid of them. You know, 3 screws and they're off there, so they're pretty easy to get rid of. So what I do is I wedge the front tires, get it up on the left, and I jack up the back tires to take the tires off. That's just how I roll. Just how I roll. I got these little block things here. Slip up under the tars. Keeps her from going on a trip. Alright, I'm gonna go wash my hands before I touch. Well, let's see, I could slip the tires off and then go wash my hands. Maybe I'll do that, and yeah, maybe I'll do that. Oh, I gotta take them hubby caps off too. Actually, my hands are pretty clean. You know, I was talking about the other day, my dad used to soak his hands in motor oil, and the motor oil would get down in the cracks of his hands. And then when he got around dirty stuff, the dirty stuff wouldn't get down in those cracks because the motor oil filled them all up. And yeah, let's do something just, well, that's kind of the same thing that's just happened here. My hands are pretty clean actually. Oh yeah. I hear lawnmower running out back. You know what that means? That means honey baby. Honey baby's out there cutting grass. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys how lucky I am, and I know you're gonna be jealous, but it just is what it is. My wife likes to cut grass with a push lawnmower. Yeah, that's right, that's what I said. My wife likes to cut grass with a push lawnmower. And that's what she's doing. She's back cutting the backyard. I take the John Deere and I cut the big yard. She takes that little mower. She cut the whole yard. But I get out there and I kind of like to use my John Deere. But that's, you know, if y'all ever marry a woman that likes to cut grass with a lawnmower, with a push mower, you better think about before you ever let that woman go, because you ain't gonna find that every day. They don't sell them. I'm just saying. You get one like that, you got a treasure. Say it, it's a treasure. So I'll go ahead and spin this one off. We'll take off the valve cover, valve stem. Come out for a little oil. I usually put a drop of Marvel Mystery Oil down in my air gun, because I found that the worst thing for an air gun really is they don't get enough grease in them and they freeze up. So at least every second or third time that I use one, I try to put a drop or two of Marvel Mystery Oil down in there. do back there, honey, babe? Keeps them all nice and fresh. I had 2 or 3 different air wrenches that I wore out, and I finally went and found this Boss Stitch, which I thought was a pretty good name, and it's done the trick. Since I bought it, I hadn't had to buy any more. Of course, I like to take care of them, keep them greased up and everything. Another nut here somewhere. I don't see it, but I know it's down here somewhere. Go up under there. I'll cut y'all off while I do what I'm gonna do next.